Hey y'all, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Weiss Judge. I'm your host Colton, and today we have Brandon from the Clock Tower vying for his chance to be a judge in the upcoming Bushiroad Rumble online tournament. Brandon, welcome to the show. Are you ready to begin?
I'm excited and ready.
Now, Brandon, I'm going to ask you a series of questions that were sourced from the most recent judge test to see if you have what it takes to become a Weiss Judge. To make it a little easier for you, we've decided to give you 3 lifelines, the 50-50, the phone a friend, and you can ask the audience. You know how these work?
Sure.
All right, Brandon, then if you're ready, it's time to play Who Wants to Be a Weiss Judge? Okay, Brandon, here is your first question. Which of the following statements are true with regards to shuffling? A. A player may restrict their opponent from using specific shuffling techniques for the confirmation shuffle. B. A player may request for a judge to perform a shuffle when the deck only has a few cards remaining. C. Only the front side of the cards need to be kept visible to the player who is shuffling. D. All of the above.
That's a really tricky question. You know what? I'm gonna phone a friend.
Are you sure about that? We're only on the first question.
Hey Kevin, can you help me out here? This is a really tricky question.
Sure thing, Brendan. According to the Bushiroad Flow Rules 2.2, shuffling, a player can ask for specific shuffling techniques. They can also call on a judge if necessary for them to shuffle small decks when randomization may be difficult. And obviously, your opponent should not be able to see the faces of their cards when shuffling. So the answers would be all of the above.
Thanks, Kevin. Locking that answer in.
That's correct, and you've got the first question. All right, moving on to question number 2. Which of the following statements regarding the waiting room are true? A. You may move cards around in your waiting room. B. You may put your climaxes in a separate pile. C. All of the above. D. None of the above.
Two difficult questions back to back. You know what? I'm gonna phone a friend.
But you already...
Ian, can you help me out here?
Sure. So 342 states that you can just rearrange your waiting room freely. Regarding putting climaxes on a separate pile, 311 states that you're supposed to only have one waiting room zone, and in order to keep the game clear for like your opponents and the judges, you should also follow that. So it will be number 1. Do make sure that you don't take too much time to rearrange your waiting room, or else you might get an infraction for slow play.
Perfect. Thanks, Ian. Locking that in, Colton.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, on to our third question. In which of the following scenarios can an illegal deck result in a loss of game at a level 1 tournament? A. If the deck is illegal and the deck registration is illegal. B. If the deck is illegal, but the deck registration was legal. C. If the deck was illegal, but no deck registration was required. Or D. All of the above.
Man, these questions are really difficult.
Reminder to our audience that Brandon has already used his phone a friend.
That's a great idea. I'll use the phone a friend. And I'll actually phone somebody who's actually really familiar with this game. You may have even seen him as part of the commentating crew this past Springfest.
That's not what I meant.
Randall, I need some help. Can you help answer this question?
Of course, Brandon. If we check the floor rules document, in the penalties portion of the document, section 3, general infractions, we will see that a game loss can potentially be awarded no matter what the situation is regarding the submitted deck list. If there is no deck list required, or the submitted deck list is legal, the player may be awarded a warning or game loss. If the deck list submitted is also illegal, they will always be awarded a game loss. Thus, the answer is all of the above. For the upcoming BRO tournament, deck registration will be required in the form of a submitted list or a decklog code. Decklog is extremely easy to use, so get familiar with it and be ready to submit your lists when BRO comes up in January.
That's great advice. I'm locking in. D. All of the above.
That's correct. Alright, moving on to question number 4. Remember, you've already used all 3 of your lifelines. This is a scenario. Let's see how you do with it. You have a level 2 character with 5,000 power and the auto ability. When this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level 2 or lower, you may reverse that character. You declare a frontal attack against your opponent's level 2 character with Sayaka in its name, which has 8,000 power. During the counter step, your opponent plays the card Sayaka's Wish and moves their character to the waiting room by its effect, then pays the cost to encore it. Which of the following statements are true? A. Your character will become reversed during the battle step, and you can use its ability to reverse your opponent's character. B. As the character being attacked had left the stage, no power comparison is done during the battle step. C. As the character being attacked had left the stage, no damage will be dealt during the damage step. Or D. None of the above.
I'm not sure I know how to answer this.
Are you giving up?
No, I'm gonna phone a friend.
But you already used all of your...
Connor, thanks for helping me out here. Do you know the answer to this question?
Glad to help. The important part of this question is the timing. Since your opponent is playing Sayaka's Wish during the counter step, their character will be encored before you ever reach the battle step. When their character is returned to the stage, however, it is considered a new entity, so it isn't in battle with your character anymore. As a result, no power comparison is made during the battle step. However, everything up to that point, such as the trigger step and damage step, will still occur as normal. That leaves option 2 as our answer.
Thanks so much, Connor. B. Locking it in.
Fine, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Can you just answer this one, please? There's no multiple choice. You just need to explain what you would do in each of the following scenarios. If your deck has 2 cards remaining, 1. How would a draw up to 4 cards effect be resolved? 2. How would a look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 from among them, and put them into your hand effect be resolved? And 3. How would a flip over 4 cards from the top of your deck and put them into your waiting room effect be resolved?
I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna call in the one who wrote a fantastic article about some of these effects, and I'll ask her.
Brandon, that's not how this works.
Hi, Teya. Can you help me out here?
Brandon, hi. Yeah, sure, I can help you. So if you have 2 cards left in your deck and you have to draw up to 4 cards, obviously since it's up to, you can draw less than 4, but let's say that you want to draw all 4 cards. So you would draw the 2 that are left in deck, then you'd refresh your deck, and then you would draw the other 2. And then you would take the refresh penalty. However, if the effect told you to look at up to 4 cards, and you only had 2 in deck, you could only look at those 2. Because in the case of look and reveal, you're not actually removing cards from your deck. Those cards are still in the deck, it's just that their information is being made public to either you or you and your opponent. But if an effect told you to flip over 4 cards from the top of your deck and put them into the waiting room, then you would flip over the 2, refresh your deck, flip over the other 2, move them to the waiting room, and then take the refresh penalty. And that's because flipping over basically just means revealing the card and then moving it to the resolution zone. So in the case of flipping over and drawing, you're actually removing the cards from the deck so it becomes empty and you have to refresh, but with looking up to and revealing cards, that's not the case.
Thank you so much, Teya. I submit that as my answer.
And of course, you are correct. And that is all we have for today on Who Wants to Be a Weiss Judge. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, from all of us here at Who Wants to Be a Weiss Judge, have a good one.
Does this mean I passed?
Hey y'all, thanks for watching. This is probably the most ambitious single video project that we've ever done, and we're really happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much to everyone who collaborated with us on this. Thank you to Kevin, Ian, Randall, Connor, and Teya for saying yes when we asked them to participate. They all do fantastic work. Links to all their stuff in the description. Thank you again to all of them. This project wouldn't have happened without them. Quick programming note, we'll be back to our regular schedule on Tuesday. This video took a little bit longer to get out there, but hopefully it was worth the wait. Bushiroad did announce an English stream on Sunday night, and there are rumblings that there may be some big announcements. We'll be talking about all of that on Tuesday, as well as doing our big pre-Rumble matchups show where we're going to talk about all the best decks in the meta and how they play against each other. We're doing the Christmas charity live stream on Wednesday, and then we'll have 5 cards, 5 minutes for Data Bullet coming up on Thursday. So big week here at the Clock Tower. Stick around for all of it. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff. In the meantime, thank you so much again for watching this. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.